Namaste and welcome, dear friends, to today's meditation. The theme for today's meditation is willpower. Well, Paramhansa Yogananda ji said that will is that power with which you direct your body and your life force to a chosen goal. So basically, there are two components here. First is the chosen goal or a desire. Now, this may be a material desire or a spiritual desire. And the other is directing the life force. Now, both of these have to come together and then play their parts. So what happens is that when you have willpower, you are able to say no to no temporary pleasures so that you can have permanent gains, so that you can grow spiritually. Willpower is that strength inside you which will help you to control your thoughts, control your emotions, and control your actions. In fact, the willpower is the only thing which will help you to resist temptations when you face them as you are going towards your goal. It will help you to stick to certain decisions that you have made, and it will help you to keep going on even in the face of difficulty or obstacles. A master said that willpower is that which can control your destiny. But then willpower must be guided by wisdom. Because unless it is guided by wisdom, then you may involve yourself into activities which will not give you the fruit that you're looking for, whether it is material or spiritual. And especially so if you're looking for final freedom in moksha, then it is essential that our will be guided by divine will, that it be in attune with divine will, and we gain that wisdom so that we may know that eventually we needn't desire anything except for that final freedom, and then everything else will become synchronous in our life. So what are the ways in which we can develop willpower? Because willpower is like a muscle and it needs to be trained, it needs to be developed. So the first thing I would say is start small and build up on that. So for example, if you have planned that you want to get up early in the morning and you want to meditate, and you think, okay, normally I get up at 7, but from tomorrow I will get up at 5 a.m. Now, this is not a very practical solution because your body would say, your intellect has signed up for this, but the body says, I haven't signed up for this, so I'm not going to get up. So the subconscious mind will give you resistance. So that is why starting small is important. So instead of trying to get up at 5, just get up like 10 to 15 minutes earlier or maybe half an hour earlier. Similarly, if you want to start with some exercises and the doctor has told you that you need to do 50 minutes of cardio every day, 6 days a week, and there you are, holding on to your prescription and knowing that you need it, but then you cannot straight away jump up to 50 minutes. So start with 10, 15 minutes, and maybe over a period of 3 to 6 months, you can increase your exercise and your stamina to 50 minutes a day. And same is for every little thing. In fact, if you make a little promise to yourself, however small a promise you make to yourself, try to fulfill that. It is like a building block in your, the building of willpower. And then there are other important things that you can do on a daily basis. On a daily basis, practice a little self-restraint. So for example, if you have thought that I will go on a diet, and then what you can do is instead of going on crash dieting or extreme diets, what you can do is you can just stop eating before you are over full. So being alert in yourself and then applying your willpower and stopping to eat just before you're overfull will help you to develop a little willpower, because once you succeed in little things, you will be able to go on intermittent fasts and a higher a more difficult diet later on. Similarly, in today's world, it is so important that we keep away from gadgets. So, and we have this tendency to keep going over the phone again and again and checking messages. So control yourself and say, I will delay checking my phone by 10 minutes or by 15 minutes, or probably, keep few hours in a day where you say that I'm going to be gadget free and so on. The third important thing to develop willpower is to have a clear goal in mind, an inspiring, clear goal. If you have a vague goal in mind, then it will not work. You will not develop willpower. And we have the example from Master's life where Yogananda said that when he was, younger, he had thought that from tomorrow I will meditate more, deeper, and longer. But then he said a year passed almost, and he hadn't actually started that deep meditation. So instead of having a vague goal that I will meditate more in the future, what you can do is in this coming week, you say to yourself that morning and evening, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I will meditate for at least this week. Or you can say to yourself that I will energize every day this week, and then follow it up and then finish it. So have a clear goal in your mind. It has to be an inspiring goal. It has to be a heartfelt goal. It has to be an uplifting goal. And then once you fix it, and then you kind of lock it, and then you follow it. Once you do that, your willpower will increase. But here, as we go on and we do want to develop our willpower, what happens is sometimes we tend to fall short of the goals that we have kept. So we tend to fail. But here again, don't take failure as failure. In fact, take it as a stepping stone for developing your willpower. Because if you fall down and then you pick yourself up and walk again, and when you keep going towards your goal, this is what will increase your willpower a lot. Because it is not that we start perfect, but it is persistence and patience and perseverance in whatever we are doing that will help us to achieve that control that we are trying to have on ourselves. And besides all of this, of course, Master has given us affirmations, and we will do a couple of affirmations today, one from Master and one from Swamiji, and we will see how it's a beautiful effect it has on us. Also, visualization works. Now, Master has given visualization as a technique of healing to us, and I've read about, especially surgeons who are to perform very complicated surgeries the next day. What they tend to do is they visualize the whole procedure in their mind, and as they are visualizing step by step, they visualize the possible complications that might come in the surgery and how they will overcome the surgery. So they walk the whole procedure through in their mind, visualizing it, and then when they go and do the actual thing, they are successful in it. And same is for people who are artists, who are theater persons, who want to speak outright on the stage. So you can mentally visualize doing all of what you have to do with calmness, with strength, with willingness, and with a calmness, in that centeredness in your heart. And know that you can finish the whole thing keeping that centeredness and be happy about it. Once you visualize it in your mind, you will be able to perform it. Once you are able to complete whatever task you have put your mind into, your willpower will increase more and more and more. And of course, it goes without saying that we must meditate every day, because it is only by meditation that we will be able to contact that inner presence of the divine, which is the source of all inspiration, all creativity, and all our power. So we must do that. And that's what we are going to do today. We are going to meditate for some time on this, and we'll do a visualization as well. So let us begin our meditation and affirmation with a prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswar, Beloved Gurudev, Paramhansa Yogananda Ji, saints and sages of all religions, humbly we bow at thy feet. O Infinite Spirit, source of all strength, awaken within me the fire of dynamic divine will. Fill me with the determination to rise above weaknesses, to choose what is right over what is easy, to hold fast to ideals even when I'm tested. When I fall, give me the courage to rise again. Guide and attune my will, Lord, with thy divine will. Make me fearless in the pursuit of my highest self. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us now invoke the presence of the Gurus and sing a chant. You may keep your eyes closed, focused at the point between the eyebrows, and interiorize yourself as we invoke the higher presence. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलम् अचलं सर्वाधि साक्षीभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं त्वां नमामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव Night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake. Sitting in the asana of meditation, sitting in the asana of meditation, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet. Night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake. Sitting in the asana of meditation, sitting in the asana of meditation, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet. Night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake. Sitting in the asana of meditation, sitting in the asana of meditation, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet. Night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake. Sitting in the asana of meditation, sitting in the asana of meditation, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet, thinking of thy Guru's lotus feet. Night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake, wake, my children, wake. Let us sit straight in the meditative pose. Screen your body and check that your spine is straight, maintaining its natural curves. Check that the heart is open by pulling in the shoulder blades together, means the shoulders go back and the heart chakra is open. Chin is parallel to the ground. Take a moment to screen your entire body from the toes upwards. Check that each muscle and each joint is relaxed. Both feet, both ankles, both calves, both knee joints, both thighs, both hip joints, the pelvis, upper abdomen, the chest, the rib cage, the lungs and the heart, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands till the tip of the nails, throat, neck, jawline. Relax the cheeks by gently smiling to yourself. Relax the lower and upper eyelids. Relax the forehead, the scalp, the ears. Behind closed eyelids, gently lift up your gaze. Or if it is easy for you, gaze at the point between the eyebrows without interlocking or tension. Now let us take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths. Let us take a long deep breath in through the nose, expanding the abdomen, filling the lower chest, and then the upper chest in a wave. Pause, gaze upwards. Exhale through the nose, expelling air from the upper chest, the lower chest, and finally the abdomen. Pull in the navel to complete the exhalation. Inhale again. The abdomen expands. The lower chest and then the upper chest fills with air, oxygen, vitality. Gaze up and pause. Exhale. Upper lungs, lower lungs. Pull in the abdominal wall to expel out all the air. And then again, as you inhale through the nose, deep, long breath, expanding the abdomen, the lower chest, the upper chest. Gaze up, pause, exhale, upper chest, lower chest, and abdomen. Pull in the navel. Finish the exhalation. And then let go. Let the breath flow naturally and normally. Keep your gaze uplifted. Now to activate the Agya Chakra or the spiritual eye, we are going to visualize that when we inhale, energy rises in our astral spine, that is the core of the body. It rises up, comes up to the point of the spiritual eye. And then we exhale, we are exhaling from the spiritual eye. This is, of course, symbolic, but you will be able to feel this. So let us inhale a long, deep breath, feeling the energy rise at the core of the body, in the astral spine. Focus at the point between the eyebrows, and exhale out from the spiritual eye. Inhale again. Feel the energy rising. Bring it to the point between the eyebrows. And then exhale out from the point between the eyebrows. Once more, inhale, raise your energy. With full attention, bring your breath to the point between the eyebrows. And then exhale out from this point as if one last time. Inhale, long, deep breath, raising the energy. Pause and hold your attention at the point between the eyebrows. And exhale as if exhaling from this point. Feel the spaciousness behind the spiritual eye. Relax into this space and feel at home. Let your breath flow freely now without any control. Bring your attention to watching the breath. Watch and feel the breath as it enters the nasal passages. And watch and feel the breath as it exits the nasal passages. Without controlling, only watching. You are the observer, the witness, the saksh. Mentally step back to dissociate from the breath. The breath is an object of observation. You are the subject who is witnessing. So again, watch and feel the breath as it enters the nasal passages. And watch and feel the breath as it goes out. Mentally note the relative coolness of the incoming breath and the relative warmth of the outgoing breath. Keep your gaze uplifted. Now feel that the incoming breath is making the sound hong, H-O-N-G. The outgoing breath is making the sound saw, S-A-U. Feel this for a couple of breaths. Again, do not control the breathing. Allow the body to breathe spontaneously on its own when it needs to. When the next inhalation begins on its own spontaneously, mentally follow the inhalation with the mental chant of Hong, H-O-N-G. Match the length of the Hong chant with the length of the breath. And when the exhalation begins on its own spontaneously, mentally follow the exhalation with the mental chant of Saw, S-A-U, Saw. Again, match the length of the saw chant with the length of the exhalation. The gaze is upwards. You are watchful of the breath. The breath flows spontaneously. You mentally follow the inhalation with Hong and mentally follow the exhalation with Saw. Aham Saha. I am He. I am Spirit. I am that. Knowing this truth, continue to watch and follow your breath with Hong and Saw. We will practice Hong Saw for a few minutes now. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back, keeping the gaze upwards, watching the breath, mentally following with Hong and Saw. Let us now leave the technique of Hong Sau aside and rest in our own self, relaxed and yet alert. Gaze firmly at the point between the eyebrows or upwards. Be firm with yourself, not allowing the gaze to fall. Visualize a soft, warm light at the point between the eyebrows. Feel that with every inhalation, this light is becoming stronger and more radiant. With the next inhalation, the light of the spiritual eye is increasing enough to fill your entire brain. With the next inhalation, it is expanding into your entire body. And with the next inhalation, it is now expanding as a golden aura around you. Relax and enjoy your own inner light, but keep your attention fixed at the spiritual eye. And now, from this relaxed state, we will go into a visualization. We will travel into the hills and the mountains. Visualize yourself as if standing in front of a tall mountain that you want to ascend, climb up to the summit. Your heart is filled with courage and enthusiasm, and you want to scale these heights. So step by step, you start ascending the passage up the mountain. One step at a time, you ascend this mountain. And metaphorically, as you take a step upwards, it represents a decision that you are making in your life. For example, a step upwards to wake early, a step upwards to break an old habit pattern, a step upwards to love everyone unconditionally, a step upwards to meditate regularly and to live in light and truth. Keep ascending the mountain. Visualize how the view changes. With every step upwards, your view is changing. Keep climbing up. Enjoying your walk upwards, you come midway somewhere at the mountain. By this time, you feel that your muscles are aching, joints are getting a bit stiff. The wind is trying to stop your ascent. You're a little out of breath. So you take a few moments and few minutes to sit on a beautiful boulder, a rock, to regain your strength and to keep going in your ascent. As you sit on this rock, you look upwards towards the summit. It appears a bit high to you, and you ask yourself if you can do this. And your heart says yes. So, to gather some energy, you close your eyes and you do this affirmation by Paramhansa Yogananda. I will read it out loud a couple of times, and then we will proceed on our journey upwards, focusing very deeply at the spiritual eye. Mentally follow these words. I will life force to charge. With godly will, I will it charge. Through my nerves and muscles all, my tissues, limbs and all, with vibrant, tingling fire, with burning, joyous power, by sovereign command, I bid you flow. By my command, I bid you glow. By my command, I bid you glow. Sitting on the rock, you start feeling the surge of energy in you. And you repeat to yourself mentally again, I will life force to charge. With godly will, I will it charge. Through my nerves and muscles all, my tissues, limbs and all, with vibrant, tingling fire, with burning, joyous power, by sovereign command, I bid you flow. By my command, I bid you glow. By my command, I bid you glow. Repeat once again before you resume. I will life force to charge. With godly will, I will it charge. Through my nerves and muscles all, my tissues, limbs and all, with vibrant, tingling fire, with burning, joyous power, by sovereign command, I bid you flow. By my command, I bid you glow. By my command, I bid you glow. Feel the strength in your spine, your muscles, your joints. Feel the energy surging at the core of the body. Feel your nerves tingling with refreshed energy and vitality. Open your eyes and look up at the summit again. And you now know that you can scale it easily. So resume your journey upwards. Even though the wind goes against you, you say to yourself, my will is of steel, unbreakable. I shall be victorious. Keep ascending, and step by step you find that you have reached the summit of this mountain. The view is beautiful, spectacular. The wind on your face feels like the wind of victory. You are happy, satisfied. Look upwards into the infinity of the sky and know that you too are infinite in nature. All the strength of the universe can be summoned by your willpower at your command. Stand in your own power, in your own victory, and in your own light. Thank you, God, for this beautiful power and journey. Now, from that summit, mentally come back into your own room, into your spiritual eye and the light that glows in the spiritual eye, the energy of the spiritual eye, and become attentive to your own breathing. Be conscious of your body. You are continuously happy and satisfied for the beautiful journey you made and the success you achieved. And it was by your own willpower. Continue to relax and enjoy this moment of peace and success as we hear a few words by Swami Kriyananda on willpower. Willpower and not the vague abstraction luck is the secret of true achievement. Willpower on subtle energy levels generates what only looks like luck by magnetically attracting to us opportunities. Our will is strengthened by removing from our minds the no-saying tendency, the obstructions of doubt, of laziness, and of fear, yes, even of the fear of success. Willpower is developed by persevering to the conclusion of whatever one attempts. One should start first with little undertakings, then proceed to bigger ones. Infinite willpower comes from harnessing the little human will to God's infinite, all-powerful consciousness. Let us do this brief affirmation a few times. My will is to do that which is right to do. Part all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. My will is to do that which is right to do. Part all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. My will is to do that which is right to do. Part all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. My will is to do that which is right to do. Part all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. As you gaze upwards, mentally follow this prayer. O infinite power, I will use my will, but guide thou my will in everything I do, that it reflect thy will. Om. Friends, let us share the power that we have received with souls everywhere. Let us invoke the presence of Mother Divine. Divine Mother, thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all thy children. Manifest thy healing power, thy healing presence, and thy healing love in all bodies, all minds, and all souls. Om. 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 Divine Mother, great gurus. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of our devotion, and may we be able to awaken thy love in all true hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.